Hi, welcome everyone. I'm MK Srinivasan with IndusTV Global. We are here again with our Help India series. And today we welcome to our studios Keyur Shah, a board member of Vibha, a national aid organization. Welcome, Keyur, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, MK. Thank you.
Keyur, while many of our viewers probably have heard of Vibha, it will be good if you can share some information about Vibha and yourself. Perhaps we don't know what we think we know.
Sure. Thank you, MK, for this opportunity, and thank you, Indus TV, for the same. 5 years ago, we had not imagined a pandemic beyond the movie like Contagion. And now we are in the midst of a second wave in some parts of the world, including India. While we may all have views regarding what went wrong, we at Vibha are focused on how to make it right, how to save lives, and how to save India. As you mentioned, I am a volunteer and board member of Vibha, a 100% volunteer-driven organization. Since the last 30 years, we have primarily focused on providing education to underprivileged children in India. So far, we have educated about 2.3 million children, but currently we are laser focused on this relief operation and ensuring that all the funds raised go towards providing the much needed relief for this during this pandemic time. So that's a little brief.
That's great, Keyur. Thank you for sharing that. And I know you said while you really worked with children and education in India, it seems like you've taken a pivot with this pandemic and gone on to do what you're supposed to do with the aid and relief. Um, what have you done in the last 1 week, especially with regards to the pandemic and the relief efforts?
Yeah. So first and foremost, what we realized is like this virus in this part, the second wave, the mutant seems to be hitting the lungs hard and making it difficult for people to breathe, causing things like cardiac arrest and so on. So when we reviewed the situation on the ground, we realized that oxygen concentrators were much needed. And so we got into action and figured out a supply chain right from sourcing the concentrators to getting them to people. We have also been very fortunate to partner with Michelin star chef, filmmaker, and humanitarian Vikas Khanna, and together we feel that we can overturn the virus.
That's great. That's great to know that you're partnering with Michelin Star Chef. What exactly does it entail, Keyur?
So it entails Vikas is a part of everything. He has helped us put in touch with some global supply chain folks who have expressed an interest to donate a large amount of PPE kits. Besides that, he's helping us raise money, create more awareness. Obviously, he is using all his social media handles to, go about the same. And I think people have a lot of trust in him because in the first wave, he was involved with providing about 45 million meals to people in India. And he pretty much, single-handedly ran this operation from here. And this time, we came together because he realized that, working with an organization could amplify the impact that he can make. So, we are working together in the second wave, and we really hope that we can make a difference and, overturn the tough times that we are in.
That's amazing. On that note, I know ground reality is changing rapidly in India. While I know last week you might have focused on the oxygen concentrators, do you foresee any other needs in the coming weeks with the reality changing in
Like you
India?
rightly said that, things are changing on the ground pretty fast. But at the same time, what we realized is let us focus on something that we can solve. It's you can't solve everything, right? And the biggest need was oxygen concentrator last week. And from what I know, it still remains the same. So we have just taken that we'll just focus on it. Besides that, PPE kits is something else that we have been asked for. So that is why we are trying to source that, putting together a soft list of items that are needed. So once maybe we get through what we are trying to achieve right now, then we might even look into expanding our reach. And what we have done is, so far we have raised about $350,000, and out of which we have put in 125,000 towards hygiene and food for the partners that we have, like taking care of the kids and their families. And besides that, we have ordered about 550 concentrators. 50 are in transit, and another 500 are expected next week. So once we get those, then the good part is that we have some well-wishers who have opened their heart and given a warehouse, and from there they're also helping us with the whole logistics. So our plan is to concentrate on the rural areas. So like 5 to 10 concentrators is what has been the ask, and we want to just keep sending those to the rural areas, because we feel that urban is better taken care of comparatively. So that's kind of going to be the focus in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, that's interesting to say that, yeah, you're looking at the rural areas. That's what a lot of people are talking about in terms of helping where the help is needed the most. And I'm also glad to hear that you have local resources that are donating their infrastructure and their warehouses for your logistics. How has the donor response been in the US?
So interestingly, MK, what has happened is the response has been tremendous. And of course, it has not been built in a day. We have been existing for 30 years. We continue to be 100% volunteer driven. And so what happens is we are ensuring that the administrative cost is minimal. And as far as this relief effort goes, we have said that 100% of the money raised will go there. So that has given a lot of confidence to the donors. And having the supply chain in our own hands, right from the time that we procure the concentrators to the point it reaches the end donor, that has built a lot of confidence. So donors have been coming forward, opening their hearts. And of course, it's a big responsibility on us to execute and ensure that it really reaches where the need is the most. And in the final leg, our plan is, once this calms down a bit, then we have been working with Vikas to set up vaccination centers. He's also trying to raise some money by putting some programs together. He's working on some more partnerships. And the idea and intent is to raise even more money for the next leg, because, even if this, calms down a bit, the idea is that, we don't want to have a third wave. And the only way to do it is, get people vaccinated as soon as possible. So that's kind of the goal.
That's an amazing goal. And I think that's exactly a laudable goal, is what we all should have. What can our viewers do to help Vibha and you to help those in need in India?
So, MK, I'll quote something from Churchill. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And right now, in these times, what you give is what is going to save a life. It is very crystal clear to us. So, as they say, if you want to be happy, practice compassion. And if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. This is what is a quote from Dalai Lama. And, a lot of times people think that, my contribution is very insignificant, and, what can I make a difference? And I will again continue with a quote from him, which says that, if you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito, and you will realize, what it means. So, just as an amount of $500 to $600 will definitely save at least one life, which is what is the cost of an oxygen concentrator. And if that gets reused again, it could save multiple lives. So it's how can I say? A $500 and you are absolutely saving a life. That's as simple as that.
Where can our viewers go to donate money?
So our website is, Vibha, VIBHA.org, and they can go on that website, or they can directly go on the donate link, which is vibha.org/donate. And, we put all the current status over there, like what work we are doing. We'll continue to update that, and we definitely are going to be very transparent about where these concentrators are going, and at the end of the drive, people will get a full report about the work done by us.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much. It's vibha.org. I'm sure many of our viewers would love to go there and see what they can do to contribute. I thank you for your time, Keyur. It's been a pleasure having you. Is there anything else you would like to add that I may not have asked during this interview?
No, thank you so much. And as Steve Jobs says, I mean, I like quotes. The things you most regret in life are the things you didn't do. So, let's just do it. Let's save lives. Let's save India. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Keyur. And again, God bless you and all of Vibha for doing a wonderful job. And we all appreciate that at IndusTV, and I'm sure our viewers appreciate that too. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.